screen running straight and ready to prep for the levitating screen. Oh man. Hopefully we don't get any rain, because right now it looks a little cloudy outside, which will give me enough time to get my screen from A to B, because I got to carry this thing. Thank goodness it's not going to be heavy, because man, like I said, if this was one of the cheaper generic screens, man, I'd take this thing down, take it apart, throw it in the trash. But other than that, since it's an Elite screen, I should be able to get this right out my door, no problem. So let's see how we're going to go about doing this today. First thing first, we need some sneakers. Gotta find me like kicks with sneakers. My sneakers are. Oh, they're upstairs, another in the office. Tacos, get in the room. Out. Okay, you fit in my room. All right, so we got to get this thing off of the rack in the back. I got to take my LED lights down in the back of the screen. Because I don't have to buy any more LED lights. So I got the good LED lights. You're going to hear a lot of noise in the background. I said my neighbor's working on his. My neighbor across the street, he's working on his patio. And guess what? He's going to have one. Actually, one of my screens are going to be going out there. Yep. Now, we're going to do the takedown here, but I'm going to do the actual build on the screen on Facebook, because I haven't done any demonstrations for them in a while, so I'm going to do the actual build of the screen on Facebook Live. Let me move your stuff out of the way, because I know this thing's going to take up some room. Hey, Taco! Where you go? Brand new. Do not mess it up. What's wrong with you? Don't mess it up. No, I need to. Let me share. Let me go ahead and share. turn the heat down. Good God, it's hot in here. Good gracious, sorry about that. Gracious. Turn the heat down. Man, a warm day today. Oh, you know what it is. That's definitely not gonna work. These are heavy freaking twist ties. Whew, that's not gonna work. Heavy duty twist ties. Looks like it's gonna come down easy. No weight. This thing has no weight to it. I like these screens. I'll step on my sofa, but I ain't got my. Oh, some Calvin's got to be cleaned. Yeah, because man, you just went right on my couch, man. Right on my couch. Are we still put the red lights back down? I think we are. Let me see what's going on with the lights. You gotta be on this side with the lights. Yeah, we are. Alright, good, I'm gonna do this way. Easy, 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 I'm gonna need a patch the ceiling. I don't want to make my ceiling. I was talking about this is why the screens are so big, man. Things are. I gotta have to move all the furniture back to get the screen out because the screen's huge. So I gotta move the sofa. I tell you things are a pain in the neck to get out the window. It's big. So I gotta move the sofa back so we can move the screen this way so we can have some kind of turning room on this, because I'm not going to be able to carry this where I want it to. So I'm going to have to bring this down to the floor. And make sure my pants are pulled up. You don't want pro. Get any more pictures for his private collection, if you know what I mean. Weirdo. He's a weirdo. Alright. Let me see, we gotta turn enough to be able to. Good, the screen's freaking 9 feet wide. We need a little more room. A little bit more. I don't want to leave this with glass too much. We need a little bit more room for this. We're not going up. Alright. We're not out of the woods yet. This has got to come back even farther because the screen's 9 feet wide. Got enough room. Should have enough room now. Hopefully enough room. And to move all that out of the way, just to get access, get the screen to turn around. Let's see what we got now. Still don't got enough room. Good gracious, I see how big this thing is. No more. There we got it. There we got it. See? I pretty have to move my couch into the next room just to get this screen out of here. So we're going to put it over there. This is not going downstairs, no way whatsoever. Your toys are just about everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. All right, so for right now, because I still have to get in here with the other screen. Either we're gonna, oh, we need the whole floor to build it. I forgot about that. All this stuff back in. Leave it alone. Get away from it now. What is wrong with you? You always got to be touching something. Always want to go to the back of the screen and rub your body against it. No. Leave it be. Stop touching everything. Actually, it's a knife for that. Don't keep your butt out of trouble. Yep, go upstairs to your room. That's the whole reason why you have one. You're bugging me, getting my nerves next time. So I'm off to order me another set of LED lights because it's going to be not going to be enough to wrap around because the LED lights for here went to the back. UFO screens have lights on the back and underneath them to give them the floating effect. So I got to order more LED lights. All right, so what we have here to keep the LED lights from pushing through and turning the front of my house into a freaking disco parlor. We're not going to need the loop screws because we're going to hang it. I got a wood putty all this, paint all this in. The top of the radiator got scraped. That's got to be done. So what we're going to do is I'm basically going to get a white sheet. We're going to tack it from here to here to here. Now, this basically blocks any of the neon lights from pushing through. And then the white sheet is going to be put back there because I need for that white light for the back of the screen to reflect back off of it to give it the floating effect. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be building this screen a little different. Usually when you build your fixed frame screens, you have your bar in the middle. We can't have a bar in the middle because there's going to be a sound bar there. So what we're going to do is we're going to build it like a bookcase. We're going to build the screen. We're going to put an area here. And then we can put two areas here if we want. So we can put a speaker there, and sound bar at the middle. That's how we're going to do it. That'll give us enough support. So we're going to get, it's going to be in my way for a while. Yeah, it's going to be in the way for a while. Well, no, we just stand it up, put it somewhere for the time being. Because Saturday it'll be done. It'll be finished. We're actually going to build the screen today. I'm going to get the lumber today. So we can start doing that right there and getting it finished. But this is what we're going to have to do. It's not much. It's easy to do. But I'm looking at it. This can be done in no time at all. Let me get my screws out of the radiator, get some wood putty in here. And I got a ton of cobwebs up there that got to be cleaned up. I got two spiders up there. I'm going to have to capture and relocate someplace else in the house. They can spring web somewhere else, but not over in this section. I don't mind them being in the house. As long as they're not bigger than a quarter, I'm good. And I don't kill them. I just basically put them in a little container and put them someplace in the house, like in the attic, which would be a perfect place for them to be at, because they can put all the cobwebs they want there they want. All right, let me see. Well, I guess I got to do the dance. I got no choice. See the size of the screen? Oh shoot, this thing is my popcorn maker's putting a dent in that. This screen is not going down the stairs. The 100 inch barely makes it down there, so we have to do the dance. So I have to go outside, down my driveway, and bring it back in. Unfortunately, you won't be seeing that because I need to get this done. As I said before, when it comes to the edgeless screens, the material wraps on the outside. As you can see, it wraps on the outside of the frame right there. One thing I didn't like about this, they put a flimsy bar on this bad boy. This thing has a really flimsy bar, but the other one had a more sturdy bar, but there's no weight to this. It's pretty lightweight. If this was the other screen that I had in here, the one downstairs, the 92 inch, this would be in the trash right now. There's no way in the world I'm lugging that freaking monstrosity. And that thing is heavy downstairs. That's 92 is heavier than this. So they use real aluminum with this. Okay, so two things we got to do here because we got to make sure this bandit right here doesn't decide to try to get out. So what I'm going to have to do is go downstairs and I'm going to have to open up my door. We got to go down to the back to do this. Where are my keys? Just had keys on me 2 minutes ago. Where my keys go? Wow. New world record. You've lost keys. How? Just had them a few minutes ago. No, I just took them out a few minutes ago. Yeah, I've been waiting on this one. You got that? You lost keys. All this usually starts from me reminiscing from an old screen I used to have and go, you know what? I miss that screen. I want to get another one of those screens. And this is how this one got started. All right, come on, man. I need you out of the way. Come on. I got to get this thing out of here. I need you under my feet. Let's go. Cha-cha-cha. 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 That's right. Let's go. Cha-cha-cha. I'll be tripping over you trying to get this thing out the door. Ain't nothing going to happen today. Hey, move. Let me have it after that. Get your butt out of the way. Oh. You see the descent. I have no weight for these things. Oh, wait a minute. The Wi-Fi off for a minute, so that way we don't get too much. Sorry, people. How'd you move the wrong way? See? No weight to it. Screens are very lightweight. That's good advertising for an Elite screen. So lightweight you can carry with one hand. Literally, 126 inch, I can carry down here with one hand. That's how freaking lightweight those screens are. That's why, you know, if someone's going to advise you to buy a freaking screen, at least they should know what they're talking about instead of just running their mouths. We know what we're talking about. Number one, yeah, some of these screens can be freaking crazy heavy. And like I said, it can look aluminum, but no, this is really lightweight. 126 inch, that right there over top of it, the purple one you're seeing. Now you see the color of it, the gamers, they're purple. Right next to a black screen, the black screen will show your screen what your screen really is. At the end of the day, if your screen's true black, it'll show the other screens what they really are. Like gray screens posing to be black screens. But anyway, like I said, the one thing about when you're buying a fixed frame screen, so a lot of things are going to play out. Number one, how easy it's going to be to put together. Some of the screens are freaking nightmares to put together because they make the springs too short. If they make the springs too short, it's going to be harder for you to pull the material on the freaking suspension bar to connect to the pegs or however way they're going to have it hooked up. Pegs are the best way to go. I love pegs. But Elite screens, they have a spring system, but their spring system is like butter. It's easy to put together. I mean, a lot of these screens are very easy to put together. You really don't have to use that little key they give you, put your finger in, that loop can't pull it over. You don't have to use that. You can do it all by hand. They're very easy to put together. Very lightweight. Like I said, not hard to pick up. 126 inch, I can carry it down my driveway with one hand with no problem whatsoever. But this one right here, this thing called Shelby or whatever it's called, that thing is heavy as I don't know what. That's a very heavy screen. Oh God, that's a heavy screen. It's like lifting a car door with one hand. That's what it's like, the equivalent of. It's heavy. So, like I said, depends on weight, depends on how hard it's put together. It depends on if your corner pieces are going to be plastic or if they're going to be metal, you know, all kinds of stuff. Sometimes they'll give you like a kind of a cheap aluminum metal that bends really easy, all kinds of stuff. Your screws at the top. Now you can get good screws or you can get bad screws. You can get screws at the top. You just put a little pressure and you strip them just like that right from the door. There's a whole lot of stuff that can go wrong if you're buying a generic screen. So you have to be careful on what you're getting, what you're buying. That's why we have on the site, we tell you which screen is a good screen. We'll put them together on camera, live. If I'm frustrated and I'm having a problem putting this thing together, then that's not something we're going to be bothering with. But the Elite screen, the only problem I have with the Elite screens is the return policy was a freaking headache. Because that's how we got the 135-inch sample screen over there. Because I bought the screen, we had 135, I was going into the gaming room, and the tension rods were missing. And I went down there and contacted Amazon, explained to them, we didn't want our money back, we just needed tension rods, we needed replacement pieces. And we had to go through such crap. Now, mind you, they want codes, and the codes are on the box. Thank goodness we never threw away the box. Lesson we learned, don't throw away your boxes if you buy a screen from them. So, the codes we're looking for, there were certain serial codes. They weren't on the, looking for my keys. They weren't on the instructions. They weren't anywhere found on the screen. They were actually on the side of the box. So say you get it, and most people take the box, tear it up, you throw it in the trash, and you find out you got parts missing. well, you're out some money, because at the end of the day, you got to be to show those particular codes on the side of the box in order to get your replacement parts. And even after we went through that, Amazon has a policy where, say they write a ticket for you. So you write a ticket and you got to wait 4 days for them to response. They can respond back with anything. They can come back in response and say, hey, cupcake, sugar, milk, donut. As long as they respond back, then it's considered to be honored by Amazon's return policy. Now, this should go on for days, because as long as they respond back with something, every time they'll go back, and every time you file a complaint, they'll basically write you a new ticket for another 4 days. And they'll come back and say apples and oranges. And then you'll complain about the apples and oranges, and they'll write you another ticket for another 4 days. This can go on for a while. So eventually, it got to a point where they can see that this was going nowhere. And I said, look, I'm going to have to go through PayPal and do this. I don't want to go around PayPal. I'd rather go through you guys and handle this, because I need a screen in here. We can't use it without those tension rods. It wasn't this one, it was another screen we have upstairs. And they were like, well, they're going to send you out a shipping label, and they want you to ship it back. I'm like, I ain't shipping Jack back. I'm going to label so they can come pick it up. So bottom line is, they never came and picked it up. So I still have the frame here. That's how we got the 135-inch surface. It's still here. And I went down and got myself another screen that I have upstairs. I paid less money, way less money for that one, and it was easier to assemble. A little bit heavier, but it was easy to assemble. As a matter of fact, the screen in the theater, sorry, the arcade gaming room, the one with the ultra short though, that's a generic screen. That's not an Elite. Well, that's what happened with that. But other than that, Elite screens are lightweight, man. I could carry them all through the house with no problem. There's no weight to them at all whatsoever. I'm seeing something. Yeah, I thought something poking right there. I don't like the way that was looking. We gotta put this someplace, because I don't want anything poking up against this. I don't. This is what we're gonna do with this thing. All right, until I can get it assembled. Let me put it over here. Maybe we can stick it right here. This looks good. All right. I just don't want anything poking through the PVC. That's all. I saw little areas that were pushing to the PVC. All right, so that's done. I told you I had two of these. I have two of these edgeless screens. I bought two of them. This one, I forgot the price of this one, but yeah, I bought two of these bad boys. All right, so we're back upstairs. We got quite a bit of collection down here, screens to mess with now. We got inflatables, right? That's an inflatable screen. We got 250-inch fabrics. We have 92-inch over there. That's the heavy screen. I'm gonna get rid of that and just give me another Elite screen at the end of the day. We have two edgeless down here. We have an acoustic, and we got a motorized on the floor. Matter of fact, we had two motorized. I'm about to buy me another one. So we had a nice little setup for doing demonstrations outside. I want to do multiple projectors outside. That's what I want to do next. You know, have a 150-inch over here. We're going to do a stand, build a stand for the motorized. Something like that. Oh, big dogs. People got some nice dogs, man. Oh, man, that's gorgeous. Dinosaurs. Nice dog. You couldn't find anything smaller? You couldn't find anything smaller? I see them from time to time, the dinosaurs. That's what I call them. Here come the other one right here. Hey, Chief, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
Man, beautiful, beautiful. Couldn't find anything smaller. Good gracious. Dog is huge. I think smaller or bigger. I know I got that mixed up. I got it mixed up. Either way, they know who I am. They're cool people. Good God, they got some big dogs. And them dogs ain't no joke. Usually, when I see people with dogs, and I used to raise pits. When I used to see people with dogs, they have a dog, the bottom line, that one thing you would know that if you have two dogs walking side by side, I hate to bring it up this way, but that's not a killer. If you got a true blue 100% killer, it can't be around any other kind. Alpha males can't be around any kind of the dog by itself. That's it. Usually, they don't get along with other dogs. If you got them trained that way, that's pretty good. Two dogs I've seen actually can do side by side. Two dangerous dogs are Dobermans. Dobermans are some dangerous dogs. They're smart, intelligent dogs. Very intelligent dogs. But yeah, when I had somebody, this is way back, way back in the day. We had idiots who used to fight dogs. I never could understand that. I never could understand that. Why would you do that to begin with? First things first, train it to guard your home, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, yeah, idiots be out there talking about, oh yeah, my dog's just my no. If your dog, I've seen fighters. If your dog was a 100% true blue fighter, it couldn't be around anybody else. You can't walk them side by side because they're aggressors. You dummy, you trained a dog to fight another dog, so they're aggressors. They're not going to be to get along with other dogs. But those particular dogs they got right there, those are real nice. So the dogs don't pull on the leash, which I've seen. They're big dogs, they're king corsets. They're not pulling on the leash. They're not doing any of that. They're just walking normally. That's what they're walking. Boy, you walk in one of them dogs, the dog eat you alive. Because I never it caught me off guard. They walked past my driveway. So I came up out around the corner and the dog went, whoo, and jumped. Like, I mean, it jumped toward me, but the guy had him pretty good. He didn't jump on me. But I was like, nice, very nice. And that way he had the dog trained, the dog sat down. He ain't say much. The dog sat there, pushed his chest up, showing his dominant strength. I said, very nice. You got to respect that. But he had the dog very well trained. But I think the best well-trained dog, two trained dogs I've ever seen in my entire life, bar none. I remember there was a guy in my neighborhood. He used to walk with his newborn baby in his arms, and he had a Doberman on each side. I don't even know how he went about training these dogs this way, but he would walk with his baby. Those dogs would walk with him. He stopped, the dogs would stop. He turned, they turned. They would it was like watching a tank move from one section to the next. That's how they would move. He had them dogs trained perfectly. Anything that walked across, cats, dogs, squirrels, whatever, them dogs just stayed in their discipline area, right in the area. Beautiful job. Very well trained. Now, if someone can train a dog that well, I guarantee that the killing part of it is probably quite remarkable. Yeah, but that's real nice. But they got these two big dogs, these two brothers. Good gracious! So one time I was like you got a saddle for them things, man? Good, great. They're big dogs. You got some pretty big ones. But yeah. Sun's coming out today. That's a blessing. That means I get to paint my screen today because I'm thinking, man, I'm not going to get a chance to spray it. Let's see. What brackets do we have coming in today? Whoa, this stand kind of moved by itself. Didn't know. Creepy. Anyway. But yeah. That's why when I had guard dogs, I trained them. People have dogs and they train them to go after cats. Stupid. The dumbest thing you could do. I've never trained my dogs to ever go after a cat. You know why? Because if I have to sick my dog on somebody to go get somebody, and if a cat pops up, he's not going to be occupied by the cat. He's going to hit the target. That's why. Put a cat out there, and they're used to chasing cats. What do you think is going to happen? He's going to basically chase the cat, not the human being. And that's to train them basically strictly to just chase people. Well, if you come up on the property, what do you think is going to happen? Fido is going to get hungry. They're gorgeous dogs. I have a few of them that walk past here. I've seen Dalmatians, Shar-Pei, Shih Tzus. I haven't seen Dalmatians yet. I'm pretty sure someone probably has a Dalmatian. Everybody around has pretty interesting dogs. I'll tell you something I learned really interesting real quick. When I was IT tech and I used to go to people's homes to repair their computers, living in a bad neighborhood, I would thought everybody would have had pit bulls out there. Like everybody got pit bulls. You know, Philadelphia, everybody got blue pits, tigers. They got them all out there. You know what I mean? They got them all out there. But I didn't realize that some of these people had some of the most exotic pets I've ever seen. People had spiders and lizards, snakes. One guy even had a 6-foot electric eel named Pico. Pico is an electric provider up here in Philadelphia. 6-foot electric eel called Pico in his basement. Guy went down to go fix his computer. Really cool dude. And he wanted to show me something in the basement. He said, you wanna see something? And somebody comes up out of the basement wearing rubber glove, black gloves, and a rubber vest. You're thinking like, not vest, but you're not talking about the apron. You're thinking, nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. You're not chopping me up, throwing me in the backyard. But no, I went down the basement to go check it out, and he had this huge, massive tank down there. It's just murky water, and it had these coils in it and these neon lights around it. And he was, and you see the freaking lights flash a little bit, blur a little bit, and I'm like, what the freak is that? He had a freaking 6-foot electric eel. He had a grounding pad that he would step on. That was a rubber bib, and he had the gloves, and he picked it up. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, but I couldn't have it. No. It still was gorgeous. But like I said, living in North Philadelphia, some people had some of the most exotic pets I've ever seen. One guy had scorpions. Interesting creatures, which I would have never thought that these people would have. But anyway, That's pretty much it. We got the screen downstairs in the basement. Probably going to put a fresh coat on it because I can see it got pretty dusty up there. So put a fresh coat on it. And then we have to go over to oh shoot, I forgot. How many containers do we have? I know that was two. Hold on for a minute. Sorry about bumping the stand real quick. All right. His won't be here till Saturday. So, got to be taken care of. These are the two I need to take care of right now. That's going to somebody else. These are done on the table. Those are finished. We got most of our orders taken care of. I told you, we've got a really good postal worker. And she's been taking a lot of my packages because, oh shoot, hold on for a minute. I thought I left my basement door open. I left this open, and Taco would have went downstairs. He don't live in my basement usually. He doesn't go down there, but don't give me that look, man. I thought you went down to the basement. I didn't realize you were sitting there the whole time. My bad. Like, you don't see me here? I'm right here. Camouflage isn't that good. Yeah, so I got to get that taken care of. We got a couple we got to get taken care of today. All right. Let me see what time we got. Time's not too bad. No screen here, Taco, until the other one gets here. So we'll be ready to get ready for that. All right, so I got some stuff to do to prep for this thing. So. So I gotta repaint the radiator because I need everything to be bone white. So we got the putty, and we gotta take all this out because what's going to happen is the radiator. Let me see. All right, that right there is the center of the window sill, right there, right down the middle. It's right there. So we're going to mount the sound bar right there. But first, all this has to be changed over. We got to put the white sheet because we need the reflection to come off the screen. But right there, we're going to put the sound bar right there in the middle. The sound bar is not going to be built into the frame because usually if I do that, it adds more weight to the frame. I want less as possible. I want this thing to be as light as possible. So we're going to use the 2 inches wide, not the 4, because we use a 4 is for setting the sound bar inside. The sound bar is going to be mounted there, and the screen's going to lay over top of it. The same way we have it here on the acoustic here. There's no sound bar. The sound bar is actually attached to the wall, and the screen's laying against it. So that's how we're going to do it here. That's less weight I got to deal with. I want to build it nice. I want it very, very lightweight, so there's no weight to it whatsoever. And we're going to do is at the bottom, this is going to be all bone white. We need the screen to lift up about that wide. It has to be floating. So we put the LED lights. It actually reflects off the white surface and gives us that floating effect. Oh, man. This is going to be interesting to build. I still want that white border. Huh. I'm thinking about something here. Like, okay, so if I do this, it's going to be an edgeless screen, right? Okay, so this is one of the acoustics right here. But I want that white border around it. I want that nice white border. That's what I want. I want that opposite white border. It makes the screen look so much better when they're floating. It does when you do the opposite white border. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to get, let me see. I'm going to have to put 2 strips of wood, actually strips of wood around the screen to build an outside border. We're going to put an outside border. We're going to make that bone white. So that way the screen can sink in and the screen can be black. That's what we want, because I need that white border to push out so we can get more of a floating effect to it. That's what I want. So in this one, the screen is about 5 feet by 9 feet. So 5 feet by 9 feet, or 5 feet by 9 feet, roughly a little couple more inches over than that, but around 5 feet by 9 feet. So if we do 5 here, 5, we're gonna do 6 here, 6 here. We're gonna cut it anyway, but 6 here, 6 here. At the top, we're gonna do 10 and 10 because we're gonna cut the nines. And then we're going to do, so that's the corner for the screen. And then we have to do 10 across here. I told you. I guarantee you. Look at that. I told you. This area right here is crazy. You can be killed down here easily. And I mean killed. That was real close. I know I almost had a heart attack on that one. I don't know who the freak designed this freaking street. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So this street comes down on a curve. I mean, a sharp curve, and it comes straight down. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street, and it's only enough to accommodate one car. Think about that one right there. So if you're flying around the corner at 100 miles an hour, and mind you, when you turn that corner, you really can't see the car until it's already up on top of you, so it's too late. There's no room for error in that particular area. And it has one street light on the far end, and that's it. All the way down here, no street lights until you get to the other side of the corner. It's like they deliberately made this area to kill people. So what happened was, you know, I seen the guy come around the corner, and I knew it. When he was coming up, you gotta creep when you come up this block, especially when you hit that corner. Good gracious, that was real close too, almost. And then on top of that, you got people got their cars parked out here on the other side, so you run the risk of somebody getting into an accident, slamming into your vehicle too, because it happened a couple times up here too. But you gotta creep that corner, man. You fly around that corner, and definitely there will be a car waiting for you. And here's the worst thing about it. This particular street too, also too, is for commercial use too. So they have trucks, utility vehicles to come up here. You hit one of them, it's going. And I've seen kids on bikes come flying around that corner, people on motorcycles. I said, yep, only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time for somebody to fly around that corner and kill somebody. Only seen one accident since I've been up here. I've seen somebody come around the corner and they slammed somebody's car, ripped their car up really bad, and then took off. As he was drunk, he hit the first one, then took off and hit the second one. Man, one thing that scares me the most is the kids. That's what scares me the most. Because the elementary school on the other end and the kids come flying around there on bikes. Good God, I hope I never see that. They come flying around that corner and the cars come flying up in the same direction. God forbid, I hope I never see that. They did put a speed bump down here, but they need to put another speed bump up here. I don't have anything, but I got something. Yeah, fellow got this great big white pit bull. I told me something like, wait, beautiful, bone white pit bull, gorgeous. So I was out there talking to him a few minutes ago. He's like Santa Claus too. Looks like Santa Claus. I seen him the first time. He didn't hear me. I saw up in the window. I said, "Yo, what kind of pit bull was that?" Because I like pits. But I think he didn't hear me. He walked past the house. I said, "Okay." Then I got a chance to talk to him again. I went outside. I want to talk to him again when he came by, and found out his dog had passed away. And that dog came to him. Like, he was out in the park. He said the dog came to him, up to him. Nobody had, nobody owned, was chipping in. We got a license and everything. And I said, that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes I said, an animal chooses you. You don't choose the animal. Ain't that right, Taco? Taco just walk in the house. Talking about, I live here now. All right. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm pretty sure you people got things to do. I got some prep work to do here, and I got to get ready. I can't be on camera talking all day. Next time I'll load up, we'll start. I forgot we're doing that on Facebook. Sorry, that's going to be a Facebook exclusive because I haven't done anything for them over there. I'm sorry, but I have to do it over there. But other than that, I'm supposed to have the acoustic screens with the paint today. I'm going to have to postpone that until tomorrow because we just got too much to do right now. So with tomorrow, we'll load it up. We'll put everything on the website for you guys. If you're interested in ordering and getting the screen paint with the acoustic, by then mine will be set up and I'll be displaying mine. All right, with that being said, thank you for your time and God bless.